Hi, I'm Niall Heaney from Glastron Boat Sales. This is a 2008 Glastron GT249 with only 111 hours on the clock from new. Fitted with a Volvo Penta 5 litre GXI, fuel injected, 270 horsepower V8 steering drive, and it's in immaculate condition throughout. This is a great boat for somebody who can't make up their mind between a sports cuddy or a sports cruiser. It is a proper 4-berth cruiser with a separate toilet and shower compartment and a little compact galley. But she still is a manageable size at 24 foot long. You can easily put it off and on a trailer. You can just go out and have fun for the day. And whenever you do want to spend the odd night on board, you have those living accommodations available as and when you need them. But you're not making a commitment to a full-on sports cruiser that has to live in the water and be hauled out in the winter by the crane and all that sort of stuff. You still are hanging on to the sort of the day boat type size, but with a little bit of cruiser ability. So this is a cracking example, really nicely spec'd with anchor windlass, GPS chart plotter, snap-in carpets, a whole bunch of upgrades over the standard model boat. Very lightly used and in phenomenal condition all the way around. We're going to take a walk around the boat now. We're going to show you the condition that it's in. We're going to show you all the features inside, and we're also going to run it in the water to show you how it performs underway. This boat has had only 3 owners from new, and we have a bunch of paperwork, all the original paperwork file, including the original VAT invoice, plus a bunch of service history and things like that. It's currently a stock boat of ours, so it's been fully professionally prepared for sale. We've gone through the boat in detail, given it a full valid compound polish. We've made sure everything on the boat is working perfectly as it should. We're also going to stand over it with our in-house 3-month engine and drive warranty, so you can buy it with complete peace of mind. We'll also be able to start that warranty whenever you launch the boat in the spring of 2020, so you can have a season of trouble-free use, safe in the knowledge that you're not going to have any hassle with it. The fact it's only run 111 hours helps a lot, in that the engine, the control systems, the interior, everything's almost as good as new, and this one has been looked after throughout the course of its life. So really nice looking boat, very well spec'd from the factory as well. We've got that original invoice with details out the options, which we'll go through in a wee while. But you got a lot of things like stainless steel upgrades, so you got a stainless steel rub rail, a lot of stainless steel cup holders and handrails and things inside the boat, and she does have a lot of just enhancements over the standard entry-level boats. These things are getting pretty hard to find now as well, especially at this price point. We've decided to price this one quite keen because we do want to find a new home for it quickly. So we've kept it on the competitive side on the pricing, probably a little bit below where it realistically could be, especially considering the fact that the trailer's included as well. But we want to move it on to the new home quite quickly. And I think, given the condition this one's in, given what else is available in the market, and they are getting harder to find, this boat hopefully won't hang around too long. I am making this video during the Christmas holidays, so the place is like the Mare Celeste. There's nobody else in here bar me, so I don't have a cameraman to follow me around today, so we're going to do a wee bit of stuff on the phone, just give you an in-depth closer look, and I'll be talking from behind the screen. But here we go, taking a walk down along the port side of this boat. The gel coat really is in remarkably good condition. The graphics and things are good as well. There's one little mark here. I think this has possibly been caused by, I don't know, maybe somebody lifting the anchor up over the side and just took a couple of wee marks out of the gel there, which we've sort of polished down. But if you're looking real hard, you can't see that. But that's literally the only real defect around the boat. Rub rail looks really good. Bow rails are in good condition. All the portholes, little chrome trim surrounds on them are good. As I said, the vinyl graphics looks good. Nice deep shine to the gel coat, both above and below the rail. We have given it a polish, and we've compounded it, polished it and waxed it to seal it. We got the Glastron badge back here, got the engine room vents in good condition. Rub rail coming all the way down to the stern corner on the port side is in good shape. The nose of the boat looks good. There is a little bit of trailer damage here, which the guys haven't had a chance to finish off now. We've just filled it with a bit of gel coat. It still needs to be rubbed down, so that should be pretty much invisible by the time the boys are finished with that. But other than that, the rest of it's good. We've got a big chunky 10 kilogram anchor sitting on the anchor roller. There is an automatic anchor windlass on this boat, so you can raise and lower the anchor at the press of a button, which is good. There's also foot switches up there, so you can operate the anchor windlass from those foot switches. Taking a look along the starboard side of the boat, again in beautiful condition. Rub rail looks great, the rails are in good shape. Big chunky stainless steel cleat on the bow. We've more cleats in midships and then cleats on the stern. The portholes are in good condition along this side. Again, the graphics look good. Coming all the way back here. This starboard side probably in better condition than the port side, in that there are literally no defects in the gel coat at all. Graphics look good. Got the Glastron badge and the engine room vents back here. We have our fuel fill point just there. Chrome fuel fill point, fuel fill cap. And then the corner on this side is also in beautiful condition with the hull ID badge back here. So it's an 808 boat, built 2008 model, but it was first sold in May 2009. So she was actually only sold and commissioned in 2009. The boat is 24 foot long and 8 foot 6 inches wide. So she is a broad boat. And you get a sense of that whenever you're standing here at the transom. Lovely transom on her with an integrated swim platform, probably around about maybe 18 inches to 20 inches deep. Obviously the full width of the hull. We've got the cleats on these little return corners here, so they're sort of gives you a smooth edge on the corners. You get a freshwater fill point there on the starboard side. Over on the port side, we have a folding 3-step stainless steel boarding ladder, so you can easily get off and on the boat if you're swimming. You got a stainless steel handrail here to help yourself up. Another stainless steel cleat here. This is a little pull-out transom shower, so you can have a rinse after a swim, or if you want to just use that for washing down the boat, you can. We've got a centrally located ski towing eye. So as I said, that sort of, again, lends into this sort of the sports cuddy credentials of this boat. You can just use this as a big ski boat. You don't have to worry about using all the accommodation downstairs and things if you don't want to. If you just want to go skiing and have days out with the kids, this boat's equally comfortable doing that. And then we get a little gate, opening gate into the cockpit. Taking a look below the waterline then, the boat's fitted with a Volvo Penta 5-litre GXI fuel injected V8 stern drive. Makes 270 horsepower and it's matched up to this SX leg. So I'm a big fan of these stern drives. They're silky smooth, particularly compared to American cruisers. They just have a really nice cone clutch in them, so they have a nice smooth gear shift. They give good acceleration onto the plane, good holding through turns and things. And this boat runs lovely with this drive. Drive's in good condition. We've got a, what size prop do we have? A Solas prop on her, which is 21-inch pitch. It's a pretty strong pitch, but she does get up on the plane, no problem with it. Bellows and things are in good condition. We've given her full check over, but she will be serviced before she leaves us. She was serviced, I think, tail end 2018. There's a receipt in the file, but she'll be fully serviced before she is sold and delivered to the new owner for the spring of 2020. We've also given the boat a fresh coat of anti-fouling paint as well, so she's looking really good underneath. And you've got these trim tabs on her, port and starboard, which are also in perfect condition. They just help to get the boat on plane a bit quicker, hold the boat on plane down to lower speeds and help correct the angle, the running angle, if you're running in a crosswind. But as you can see, the hull bottom has been completely anti-foiled and looks really smart. So stepping aboard the boat, she's pretty easy to board from the swim platform. And you've got this one little lip and this opening or lockable cockpit door, giving you access into the cockpit here. So the boat looks immaculate, really is a smart boat. Having seen very little use. We've got nice snap-in carpets, the original snap-in carpets in great condition. All the upholstery is totally original as well. We've got a lovely L-shaped lounger up on the port side opposite the pedestal style helm seat. And then we've got a rear facing bench back at the aft end of the cockpit. This seat does completely fold out flat into a huge big reclining sun lounger. You get storage in the transom, and then you have room across the back of the transom for just a bit of open deck space. So if you can use it to get changed. If you wanted to fish off the boat, you could use back there for fishing. You can get right up to the gunnels on both sides. Very well appointed as well with that upgraded, I think it's called the XL package. You get a bunch of stainless steel cup holders, chrome stereo speaker covers. You get a nice chrome windscreen surround, So the boat does look very smart, and as I said, a lot smarter than the more standard spec models. So let's go through each area in detail, and I'll point out the main features for you. So as you come into the boat, over on the port side, you have your battery isolator box. So this boat's fitted with a twin battery system. So you got your battery isolator switch down there in the bottom left-hand corner. Then you've got circuit breakers for all your main 12-volt equipment. So if you do have a circuit trip out on you, you don't have to go hunting through the boat for a fuse box. You've got your circuit breakers in there. There is a little recessed step here, which is molded non-skid, and then the top of the gunnels on both the port and starboard side are molded non-skid. So if you're boarding the boat from a high, say a pier or a high jetty, you can board over the side pretty easily. You've got a stainless steel handrail on this side for your rear seat passengers. In this locker here, you have a decent bit of storage. It's one of those times when I need 3 hands, but nice carpet lined storage locker back here. You can fire in fenders and dock lines and things like that. All the clips and catches and everything are working perfect. The carpets, just want to show you the age of these carpets, because they are the standard factory rubber backed ones, which do very quickly start to wear out. And where they begin to wear is around the button poppers. These button poppers here, you'll start to see the black basically flake off, and then it leaves the boat all sort of full of black dust. These ones are in perfect condition. Whenever I first went to see the boat, the current owner has never used those carpets, and I'd say probably a lot of the previous owners haven't used them either, and that's why they're in such good condition. So you can, if you want to, pull those up, keep them at home. You've got molded non-skid decks underneath, but I like the feel of them and the look of them whenever they're in the boat, so they are in great condition. The deck on this boat is fully self-bailing, so you get scuppers in the corners on both the port and starboard sides. So any water that finds its way in here will bail overboard automatically. It just adds to the sea keeping and the safety aspect of the boat. So if you did want to use this boat in the sea, it's capable of that type of use. Got these nice little soft blue LED lights, courtesy lights, dotted throughout the cockpit. Again, we have another little molded step and molded non-skid on the top, on the gunnel top on the starboard side. Another stainless steel handrail here, chrome speaker covers as well. Taking a look at this lounger seat then. In the standard setup, you've got it just rear facing bench and forward U-shaped lounger. That's the way you're going to keep it whenever the boat's underway and if you're sitting on board with a lot of guests. But if you do get a nice sunny day, you want to create the sun lounger, or even use this as a bit of extra accommodation in conjunction with the camper covers. Whenever you put those up, you can pull this out and into a double bed. So there's one little pin to pull out there, and then it just slides easily out and push it down the center, and you've got a full width, full length sun lounger. So that's a great setup. Really easy to do. There's no filler cushions or anything to worry about. You just pull it out and you've got a huge sun pad there. Now, just to talk briefly about the condition, the upholstery in general inside the boat is in immaculate condition. However, and it is all original as well, as I said, there's a couple of minor marks in this seat cushion here. Just a couple of minor nicks in it. They weren't really apparent actually until we sort of cleaned the boat up. But anyway, 3 wee minor nicks there, but it is the original upholstery. All the stitching and stuff is all good. We've got the Glastron logo embroidered into it as well. And other than those little areas, the rest of the upholstery is pretty much perfect all the way around. It's all set at quite a nice height as well. So it's a nice comfortable place to sit. You know, it comes up, seat backs come up to a good height. You get great protection from the windscreen as well. So whenever you are sitting in here, you're going to be able to have a conversation with the helmsman. You're not going to get buffeted around by the wind, and you'll probably fit maybe 4 adults around this lounger seat and room for another 2 back here. So I thought that's 6 and 7's a helmsman, so the boat's rated for 8, so you'll probably comfortably seat 7 people in the cockpit here anyway without any difficulty. We've got a stainless steel cup holder up forward for the passenger. We've another little bit of molded non-skid. This really works as your sort of step to get out onto the foredeck of the boat, but we'll show you that in a minute. You basically hop up on the seat onto the this tread surface here. Then you get more tread surface through the opening windscreen section, so you can get out onto the foredeck for raising and lowering your anchor and things like that. Split folding door giving you access down into the cabin. And then taking a look at the helm station, which is again quite nicely appointed, and this one boasts a lot of optional upgrades over what would have been the standard spec. First of all, we've got a great helm seat, bucket style helm seat with the GT logo embroidered into it. It's got a flip up bolster, so you can easily flip that up and sit on top of that looking over the top of the windscreen, or you can set it back down again, and then you've got a nice comfortable seating position looking through the screen. So I'm looking, this is the phone, holding the phone directly at eye level. We're looking straight through the windshield, which is good. We've got a tilt adjust steering wheel, 5-position tilt adjust steering wheel here. Again, another 3-handed job, so I can't really show you that, but beautiful wood grain steering wheel with this nice machined sort of chrome centerpiece. And the 5-position adjust means it's easy to get a comfortable steering position. This helm seat also adjusts fore and aft as well. And we've got a little raised footrest section underneath, so it's easy to brace yourself against the boat if you are driving it a bit more enthusiastically. To run through the controls, well, take a look over here first. We've got our throttle and shift lever here. I think I've talked a bit about this on the sea trial, so I'll not go into too much detail on that. We've got a little fold out cup holder here for the helmsman. It's a little flip out cup holder. We have our builder's plate here, category C rated for 8 passengers plus gear. We have a little stereo remote control. The actual head unit for the stereo lives in the cabin. I think we have to have maybe something turned on down there to get that working, but let me come back to that. We've got the anchor windlass switch, so you can raise and lower the anchor from here, as well as the foot switches outside. This is a controller for the searchlight on the bow. So we've got a fully remote control searchlight up there. So let's flip that around. So if you're out after dark coming in on from either harbour or something, you can use the searchlight to sort of feel your way in. Then below that we have a Navman VHF radio. So it's a VHF 7100 radio in good working order, with a little mic securely mounted there. While we're down here, let's take a look at the hour meter. So this boat's fitted with an hour meter, and it's currently got 111 hours on the clock, which is, as I said, virtually nothing. It's hardly even run in, so there's bags of life left in this boat. Then taking a look at the dash, full range of marine instruments. Again, we took a look at these on the sea trial. The only one that wasn't working or was messing around a little bit was the speedo, but I'm pretty sure that was just a little blockage in the line. So that, as you can see, the needle's already gone back down. That's going to be double checked and ensure that it's working perfectly whenever we service the boat before she goes. Digital depth sounder here, trim tab controls on the top of the dash. We have a Garmin GPS system up here. So let's see, nice little system, comes preloaded with charts for the UK and Ireland. Pretty up to date as well, was only installed this year, 2019. So that's a good little system. Steering compass up there. This boat's fitted with a optional windscreen wiper. And then you've got all your switch gear here for engine blower motor. We've got, what do we have here? Bilge pump controls, navigation lights, courtesy lights, and the horn as well. So fully operational boat. And again, it's going to be sold because it's a stock boat. She's going to be leaving here in perfect working order. And we are going to be standing over the engine and drive systems with our in-house 3-month warranty. So you can buy the boat knowing that it's fully serviced and warranted until the, for the first 3 months of the 2020 season. So there's not a lot of boats, certainly this boat's now, 2008. So it's coming 12 years old. Not too many 12-year-old boats you're going to get a fully comprehensive warranty on. So that is a great selling feature as well, I think. So we're on board the Glastron GT249 here on the river. We're going to give it a run and put her through her paces. Gear shift is silky smooth. Those SX Volvo drives are a dream. They're just really nice, smooth gear shift, even going to reverse. There's no crunching or anything. The shift is nice and balanced as well. So that's all good. Taking a look at the gauges here at idle. Fuel gauge half full. The speedo is stuck. Now this started working for me, but it's stuck. But that's a wee airline just to the pitot tube that we can clear that, no problem. All the other instruments are working. Temperature, we're up to temperature. It's running about 170 degrees, which is normal, and it's holding steady at that. The drive trim gauge is working. Trim her up. But for getting the boat up on plane, we will keep her trimmed fully down. Rev counter's working as well. You'll see that increase as we run. We got our digital depth gauge working, 18.5 foot. Oil pressure is good, just below 40 psi. That'll go up with engine revs, and we've got just around 14 volts there, so the alternator's charging. I've got the trim tabs fully down for getting the boat on plane quickly, and you can see we've got the wee Garmin GPS, which is picking up location information and giving us speed info and stuff like that. So we'll slip her in the gear and we'll get the boat lined up and put her on plane. Whenever I'm sitting down here, actually, you can see you've got good clear visibility through the windscreen, and we shouldn't really lose sight of the horizon as we put the boat on plane. So we'll give her a handful of throttle here now, get her up on plane. as you can hopefully see there, this boat is, it'll cruise comfortably at about 3,000 or just over 3,000 RPM, and it's doing about 23 or 24 knots. Flat out, she's revving out to just under 5,000 RPM with this particular prop on her, and she's doing 33 knots, so that's about around about 36, 37 miles an hour. If you played around with the props, you probably could get her up to 40 or maybe slightly over 40, but that's bags of power. She does like the trim tabs to be down for accelerating onto the plane, so it keeps the nose down. She'll get up there without the trim tabs, no problem, but she just puts the nose up that wee bit higher. So if you want to keep the nose level as you're accelerating onto the plane, just drop the trim tabs down, and then whenever you're up and running, you can retract them. She responds really well to the tabs actually for correcting the running angle. You know, if she's lying over to one side or whatever, you hit the tabs, she really does straighten up pretty quickly. All the instruments are working bar that speedo. The boat runs really nice, the steering's nice and smooth, the controls are nice and smooth. Obviously, with only having just over 100 hours on her, you would expect it to be pretty slick, and it is. And one of the other things I liked about her as well is it's a very safe handling boat. It doesn't do anything. I was chucking it through some pretty tight turns there for the footage we were shooting from the shore, and she didn't cavitate the prop, she didn't skip out of the turn. You know, there was no dramatic heel angle or anything either. She just sort of sat down, behaved herself. It's a safe handling boat. It's not, doesn't have any quirky handling things or anything. So just a really nice running boat in really good condition. Lovely smooth engine, starts on the button, automatic idle speed control and everything, and lovely entry level cruiser. So with the door closed over, the cabin door closed over, I'll take you out onto the foredeck. So first of all, you just want to open these two catches here and flip the windscreen center section open. There's a little rubber stopper there, holds it off the left hand side of the screen, and then we can easily walk up here on these molded tread surfaces out onto the bow of the boat. The center section of the bow is all molded non-skid as well, so you do have safe footing going forward here. Huge big hatch into the fore cabin, and then we've got our electric anchor windlass with foot switches up here and access into the anchor locker. Little safety chain here, just so that the anchor doesn't be dropped inadvertently, and you've got access to your remote spotlight up here as well. So everything's nice and clean and tidy. Good chunky stainless steel cleats, little slither of tread surfaces down along the side too, so if you wanted to creep down along the side decks, you possibly could, but it would be a little bit tricky, I think, especially if you're at sea. So you're probably safer going in and out through the windscreen if you do want to get up onto the foredeck. While we're up here, let's take a look at the covers as well. So this boat has a full set of camper covers and a tonneau cover, so great covers all around. The Bimini roof section is up at the moment, so you can see the bars and things. We've basically got a centre windscreen section that zips in and buttons down onto the top of the windscreen, two side panels, and then a slightly sloping rear section. But because you don't have any seating across the transom, you don't actually really lose any headroom with the sloped rear section. So they're a great set of covers to put up if you are going to be staying on board or going away for the weekend. Really turns the cockpit into additional living space for you. But if you are just out for a bit of fun for the day, I tend to would leave the Bimini top on, and you've got the tonneau cover that you can just pop on. A lot handier than putting up all the camper covers. So the tonneau also goes around the mounting points, I think, for the Bimini. So great set of covers. But if you check out the photographs, we will in the new year get all the covers put on. That first our first day or two back in January, we'll put all the covers on, take a bunch of photographs, and you can see what the boat looks like with all the various cover options in position. Let's just take another quick look at the anchor windlass. There was a bit of polish on the top of the windlass which wasn't rubbed off. In case you were wondering why it looked a bit funny, it was just because the polish wasn't taken off. But the windlass is in good condition. It's a Maxwell windlass, it's a pretty beefy looking unit. So if you open these foot switches, you hit the down switch, chain runs out, up switch, runs back in again. It obviously won't go too far at the minute because we've got the safety chain on, but the windlass is working perfectly, and both the foot switches up here and the switch at the helm are working as they should. But that makes raising and lowering the anchor a breeze, whether it's just dropping anchor to have a bit of a picnic of an afternoon, or whether you're dropping the anchor to sleep on the hook. It's an easy process to do, and that 10-kilogram anchor that's on there is more than man enough to hold the boat. Access into the cabin then is via this lockable split folding door. So the top section folds up. All the piano hinges and things are in good condition, and then you've got these little catches to hold it open, which are also in perfect order. Door hinges open like this. And we've got this other little catch to clip it open, and then we've got one step down into the threshold of the door, another step down into the floor of the cabin. So the cabin itself is nicely appointed. It is, I mean, this is a compact cabin. There's no two ways about it. This is a 24-foot boat, and it's probably about as small a proper sports cruiser as you will get. So it ain't huge, but it's impressive what they cram in to the available space. Now there is good standing headroom at the door here. I'm about 5'10", and I've got good standing headroom in this little sort of recessed area at the galley. So there is good headroom down here. And then if I wanted to sit at the table, obviously the headroom tapers away, but you've still got good sitting headroom up here. Nice comfortable backrest all the way around the seat. So this is your dinette table area here that converts into a berth at night time. So you pull the table out of the way, put in the filler cushions, and then this makes up into a pretty decent sized double berth. You've got your galley there on the port side as you come down the stairs, which is well appointed. We'll take a look in a minute. And then you get your aft cabin in behind the stairs with another double berth in there, and a fully enclosed toilet and shower compartment on the starboard side. So I mean, it does have everything you'd want, and you could quite easily go away and spend a long weekend on board with the kids. It'll easily accommodate 4 people, and as I said, you can also fold out the sun pad in the cockpit, and you've got another sort of double berth there if you want to, whenever you've got the camper covers up. But in saying that, if you did just want to use the boat as a day boat, you're not really going to feel guilty about it. I think a lot of people buy sports cruisers and maybe invest a lot of money in them, and pay big fees to keep the boat in the marina for the year, and if they don't use it as much as they had first envisaged, they start to feel guilty. They sort of think, oh, it's a lot of money sitting there, we're not using it. This is the type of boat you can buy it. It costs the same as a cuddy does, as a decent sports cuddy, and you can overnight on it if you want to. But if you don't want to, you're not going to feel guilty about it. You have it sitting on the trailer at home, and hasn't cost the earth. It doesn't cost the earth to run or maintain or keep. And if you just want to use it as a big day boat with somewhere where the kids can come down, have a bit of a play around, have a bit of a snooze if they want to, you got all the kitchen and toilet facilities that you need. I think it's the best of both worlds, So really nice little cabin here. We'll take a look around now in more detail. So although this is one of the smaller cruisers on the market, it's still pretty well finished off. We have these nice little, again, the blue LED lights, little courtesy lights, a couple of them dotted around low level in the cabin here. So at night time you can turn off the overhead lights and just turn on the courtesy lights. Gives you a nice sort of glow. And then let's take a look at the galley here. So we have a decent sized sink with hot and cold running water. The sink head pulls out as well, so if you're washing dishes or anything, you can pull that out if you want to. We have a little alcohol and electric stove here that looks like it has never been used. Look at the shine of that. Looks like brand new. So whenever you're plugged into shore power, the full shore power system in this boat with the panel controlling it up here, but whenever you're plugged into shore power, you can have the electric functionality of this little single ring hob, or if you're out on the water, there's like a little, this is like a little cooking alcohol thing. You can pour a bit of alcohol in there and light it. I tend not to use these, to be honest. I always, on my own boats, would bring a little camping gas stove and do my cooking on the swim platform right in the cockpit. But anyway, you have the facility there if you want to. Nice little chopping board lives on top of that whenever it's not in use. We've got a 240 volt microwave here as well. The owner was telling me this was replaced this year, so brand new, 2019, never been used. I don't know why he replaced it actually if he doesn't use it, but I think he was just one of those guys that just like to have everything working. So brand new microwave, a little bit of storage around here. All clips and catches are working well. Little cutlery tray there. It's all stainless steel hardware and things too, so it's all nice and smart. We've got a fridge then down below here, which is perfect working order. Runs off the batteries. This is 12 volt with a little freezer box in top. So that's all in good condition. More storage then underneath the sink, and a big cupboard here with, what do we have here? A couple of bits and pieces. Handle for the anchor windlass, mosquito net for the opening hatch there in the foredeck. So yeah, good bit of storage around the galley. This panel here, as I said, is your 240 volt switch panel. So you turn on your 240 volt power here, you get a little voltmeter showing you have power, and then you've got switches here for AC main. Refrigerator will work off 240 volts as well as 12 volts, but generally speaking we just leave it on 12. Battery charger, so you can charge the batteries when you're plugged into shore power. Accessories, probably a spare water heater. Stove is the little cooker. Microwave. Outlets are your sockets. An air conditioner is not on this boat. And then on this side of the panel you have your 12 volt system. So battery test function, so port battery showing 12 volts, starboard battery showing 12 volts, which is good. DC main switch. Then these are your lights, fore cabin, aft cabin, or mid cabin, aft cabin, courtesy lights. Accessory power, water pressure, it's your fresh water pump which is working. It's drained down at the minute for winter. 12 volt receptacle is this little 12 volt charger socket here. So if you're looking to charge a phone or something, you can plug it in there, set it up on the shelf here. Macerator pump is to empty the holding tank, and electric head's not on this boat. So stereo also lives down here with the remote up at the helm station. Sorry, to get the stereo to work, we have to turn on the accessory switch on the 12 volt panel down here. So we have stereo, CD player as well. Comes complete with a train spotting CD if you so wish. And we have an auxiliary input as well, so you can plug in a little MP3 player in this socket here. So this is working perfectly well. You've got a couple of speakers in this cabin and also a couple of speakers, oh sorry, let's be going for volume in here. So there you go, pretty good sound off that. A bit of Christmas carols for you. Carbon monoxide alarm up here. We have a 240 volt socket here whenever you're plugged into shore power. And then let's head on back into the aft cabin to take a look in here. So this is a double cabin, and it's a pretty decent size. Now the entrance is a little bit compact to getting in through here, to be fair. But once you're in, you've got a decent bit of headroom at the head of the bed. Little overhead light there. You can turn off and on individually. There's also an opening port light, so you do have a wee bit of natural light in there and a bit of ventilation. And then you've got a pretty decent sized double mattress. The filler cushions down at the end of the bed are the ones for the V-berth in the front of the cabin. And as you can see, like the rest of the cabin, the condition's great. Headlinings are good. There's no evidence of any previous water leaks. There's no odours or smells or anything in this cabin. That's what, I haven't really talked about it, but the condition of this cabin is fantastic. It looks like it has had very little use, and obviously with the boat only having 111 hours on the clock, you would expect that. But that's a decent aft cabin for a 24-foot cruiser. Then the heads compartment is in here. So this boat again has another upgrade, which is the manual pump out China toilet. So it's the proper sea toilet. Pump that out. It fills into a holding tank, and then you can empty the holding tank with the onboard macerator. You've got a little control panel here for your sump pump and macerator and things like that. So there's a good bit of space in here. The entire compartment is also lined and drained, so you can have a shower in here. Shower head's removed at the minute because again the boat's been winterized, but you've got hot and cold running water there. The tap head lifts out, mounts up here, so you can use it as a shower. Little vanity mirror, wee bit of toilet roll storage, little sink, or sorry, little shelf in there, and another opening port light for a bit of ventilation, and an overhead light. So yeah, so if you have a shower in there, all the water drains down into the sump, and you can flick on the sump pump and it pumps overboard. So again, great for a day boat. Brilliant toilet facilities. whenever you're away from the marina. And also, if you are planning to use the boat for staying on board, you'll easily be able to accommodate you for a weekend or a long weekend on the water with the toilet and shower facilities that we have here. Taking another look around the dinette. Nice upholstery. Condition wise, it's perfect. We've got 2 opening port lights on either side. We have stainless steel cup holders, I think a total of 4 of them, dotted around the backrests. That shelf also doubles up as a great bit of storage for odds and ends, and you have storage underneath all of these seats. Seats all lift up, and there's storage lockers in underneath each of them. Probably can't really see too well here, but anyway, we do have storage underneath all the seats. Headlining's in great condition. That opening deck hatch opens up nice and wide, works as a bit of an escape hatch, but also gives you a lot of natural light and ventilation down in here. And as I said, like the rest of the boat, the condition of everything in here is just perfect. Engine access on the boat is pretty straightforward. Just hinge this seat up. There's a handle here, so you can lift this seat up. Lifts on 2 gas struts, so that lifts completely up like this. And then we've got this opening hatch giving you access down in the engine bay. So pull her up. Again, the hatch lifts on 2 struts, and you get access down into the engine room. The engine room itself is pretty spacious. There's lots of room around this this motor. The engine is that Volvo Penta 5-litre GXI fuel injected V8 engine, so it makes 270 horsepower. It is matched up to that SX stern drive leg, and it's in beautiful condition throughout. All the original paint finish in the engine. This boat has pretty much spent its entire life in fresh water, so all the pulleys and things look great. No corrosion or anything down there. The bilge is nice and clean and tidy. We have twin batteries over on the port side. All the blower hoses and things look good. We've got our calorifier here on the starboard side, so that's your hot water tank, and it's also plumbed to heat water from the engine, so whenever the engine's running, that'll heat up the water. Outboard of that, then you've got your fresh water tank. We've got our battery charger here on the bulkhead, remote fire extinguisher system, automatic bilge pumps and float switches and all that sort of stuff. And I mean, with only 111 hours on the clock, you would expect this engine to be in good condition, and it is. The manifolds look really good. And we're standing over this with our in-house 3-month warranty, and it's going to be fully serviced before the boat leaves in the spring of 2020. So if you buy this boat, even if you buy it over the holidays or in January, we'll be happy to hang on to it for you if you wish until you're ready to launch in the spring of the year. We'll fully service it for you and start the warranty from the day that the boat is launched into the water. So you can buy it with complete peace of mind. But that's a great engine, really smooth running thing, starts on the button, makes great performance as well. We have a whole bunch of water test footage of this boat, which we'll show you as well, so you can see exactly how the boat performs on the water. But yeah, really nice tidy engine bay in very good condition throughout. The boat is being sold complete with this in-suspension twin axle UK spec trailer. It's a galvanised trailer, it's a roller coaster one as well, so it makes launching and recovering the boat a breeze on the rollers, even if you were launching it off a beach, for example. It's pre-rigged with UK lights, so it's wired with lights, LED lights. I think that was a recent upgrade as well. I think it was done maybe this in the past year or so. And it's a galvanised trailer. Now, we've checked the wheel bearings and tyres and they're fine. I'm not too sure if the brakes are working 100%. We don't service trailers. We don't really have the capability in-house to do that. So if you are planning to take the boat on a lot of longer journeys and things, it might be worth either getting the brakes checked out or investing in a new brake, upgrading or servicing the braking system. So, but anyway, it's a great trailer. It's rated to carry 3.5 tonne, which is overkill for the boat. The boat only weighs just over 2 tonne. So I'd say the all-up towing weight to this with the boat and trailer is probably going to be around about 2,700 kilos, 2,800 kilos, certainly under 3 tonne anyway. But it's a really good trailer. If you want to buy one of those new today, you'd be looking at spending 4,500 on it. So that's included in the advertised asking price, and it's going with the boat. As I said, tyres and bearings we'll make sure are perfect, but the brakes, you'll have to have them checked out at a specialist trailer maintenance place. But that trailer is included in the asking price. It's going with the boat. So there you have it, that's our Glastron GT249, built in 2008, first sold in May 2009. She's had 3 owners from you, pretty much only ever seen use in fresh water, has only got 111 hours on the clock, and hopefully it's apparent from this video that it is in pretty much immaculate condition. I know I keep banging on about this, but I think it really is a great sort of compromise between a sports cuddy and a sports cruiser. If you can't make your mind up, it sort of offers the best of both worlds. It's a cruiser, but at the same price as a cuddy, effectively. And you can go away and spend 3 or 4 nights in the water, you know, sample the cruising lifestyle and figure out whether it might be for you or not. Sometimes people take to it like a duck to water and really do enjoy it, and they spend every available spare evening and weekend on the water, and other times people just don't seem to get into it that much. They're only down at the boat maybe 2 or 3 weekends in a year. So if you think that might be you, maybe this is a sensible place to start. You can test the water, so to speak. But lovely boat, great spec with the GPS chart plotter, the electric anchor windlass, all the stainless steel upgrades, the proper flush toilet, pump out sea toilet, snap-in carpets, tonneau cover, camper covers, the trailer as well is included in the asking price. I think it's a great value package, and it's being backed up by our 3-month engine and drive warranty as well, so you can buy it with complete peace of mind. I'm hopeful that this boat's not going to hang around too long, especially as we come into the season now. I think it could be a great thing to have a bit of fun with in the summer of 2020. If you are interested in the boat, if you want to have a chat about it, if you want to come and view it in person, or if you want to have it surveyed or inspected or sea trialed, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Give me a call on the number at the top of the webpage, or send me an email to sales@gulfstreamshop.com, or if you fill out the callback request form on this page of the site, I'll contact you at a time that's convenient. The other last thing I want to say about the boat is that we are more than happy to arrange the logistics of transporting this boat to your home or to your local marina. So we regularly sell boats throughout the UK and Europe and Ireland, the Republic. We've delivered boats in the past year to places like Romania, Austria, France, Spain, England, southwest of Ireland, Cork, you name it, we've delivered boats there. So we're more than happy to help with the logistics of getting the boat home to you. So if you want a transport quote, or you want to just chat about the easiest way to do it, then don't hesitate to ask. Drop me an email or give me a call, and I'll happily talk you through the logistics of getting this boat to your home. So listen, thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video. I hope you found it useful.